I'm proud to say today that not only do we have a funny person here with us, but he's also a veteran. And his name is Bryan Carpenter. That's him over there. Yeah, the guy with the muscles, right? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So he's tempting this little old lady to become a cougar, which is like never going to happen, but it's nice to think about it. Anyway, Comic Spot, this show was created by this little old lady who has no life, who likes to check in on people and give comedians a voice, funny people as well. And so what I'm doing with Comic Spot is I'm vetting out veterans of comedy. Now, to my knowledge, Bryan Carpenter has not been on stage doing comedy per se, but he's a self-proclaimed smartass. So that counts. It qualifies you, by the way, just so you know, hashtag life hack and superpower. Yeah, it gets you through life. So Bryan Carpenter is here. He wrote me the longest, most beautiful introduction, which, you know, my ADD doesn't necessarily agree with. So I'm going to tell you the high points because he's got the details he's going to fill us in on. So basically, he's all over Facebook, Instagram, TikTok as Bryan Carpenter, I do believe. He's a Marine veteran. He is a wounded warrior. He will tell us about 2 bombs, being in a coma, disabilities the size of Mount Rushmore. He will tell us about that. He's recovered now. Woo! He's a mixed martial artist and a trainer. He's a fitness trainer, a bodybuilder, a bouncer. He's security. He went through the fire academy, not to mention the fires of life. He wrote a book. He's a motivational speaker. Thank you for your service. You really served. I was just in the army counting money in Germany during Vietnam. You really served in Iraq and God knows where else. We wouldn't be slinging jokes in English if it wasn't for brave men like you who gave your life and signed on the dotted line. Thank you so much. You make me tingly all over, my fellow veteran. So welcome him to the stage right the heck now, Bryan Carpenter. Woo! He's here. Did that feel weird having somebody introduce you like that?
No, actually, that was probably the best introduction I have ever had with all the talk shows and TV shows and everything I've done. So thank you for that.
Thank you for saying that. Boy, oh boy, I am thinking about becoming a cougar now. Just kidding. So tell me, where are you at? What city again? I have a brain injury too.
Okay, so I'm in Wadsworth, Ohio, which is a little bit south of Cleveland, right beside Akron. There's Medina, Canton, everything is around me. So I'm within a half-hour reach of everything pretty much.
Wow, that sounds like a little old lady. I'm a half-hour reach of everything too, but that's walking. Well, that's great. So talk to me about your young life. You say you've always been a smart ass. So did that get you the girls or did it get you in trouble? Did it keep the bullies away or all of the above?
All the above. It got me the girls that got me in trouble, that got me bullied. So, I got a mouth on me. I've always got something smart to say. And that's why I always tell people, like, I studied smartassology in college and I graduated valedictorian. And yeah, it's a good joke to start out with speeches. When I do motivational speaking, I always do a funny joke to catch the attention. Because when people find you funny, they want to listen to you. So I always crack a joke depending on my audience to start off every speech just to get their attention.
Absolutely. That's so smart. I want to become a motivational speaker. You know, I want to motivate people to get older. You know, like you can do this. I did it. Look, I'm still living. No, I'm kidding. I really do want to be a motivational speaker because I've overcome a lot, you know, as well. So I'm really glad that you're actually out there doing it at a young age, right? Who am I going to motivate? People in nursing homes, at the graveyard? Where am I going to go?
I was told when I first published my first book in 2016, the guy, just a normal guy at the business that I went to do it all, he said, everyone's got a book in them. And it's all about getting on a piece of paper. And then I come to realize, yes, everybody's individual story, you don't realize how many people you could help with just your story. And there's a million other people out there going through that, you just don't know it. So anybody's voice is very well should be heard, no matter what situation, because there's a lot of people going through that same situation in different ways.
Yes. So Comic Spot, I love it. I know you've loved it. Let's keep it going. I need your help. I developed it so you out there can get to know comics, whether they're brand new or 45 years in the biz. We're going to get to know them so you'll know who to love. So all I need you to do is donate to my Cash App, and that is Linda Marcus Smith. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. So I would like to talk to you about your growing up. You went into the Marine Corps in early 2000s, right? And is that because you come from a military family?
Yeah, well, I grew up through school, and yes, on my mom's side, we have had somebody in every war since World War I.
Wow.
And that we're a more Mexican side family and workmen, American Mexican, we have on both sides of on the family. And then on my dad's side, we had Vietnam and all that stuff. So I seen growing up how they all acted and how they reacted, how they held themselves and how they lived in life and how they were. And I just became like, I wanted to do that. I wanted to be like that. So the military really quick became a dream of mine at a young age. And then, of course, through school, that's all I talked about. That's all I did my projects on. That's all I did, everything. So then when I graduated, I skipped all graduation parties, all the fun, went straight to the recruiter's office to sign up and leave right away in 2004 when I graduated. And then I got medically disqualified for a minor skin condition called gutted psoriasis, which is...
So you enlisted and you went to schooling or basic, and then they found the condition and medically, no.
No, they wouldn't let me even join to begin with.
Those brats.
Yeah, so because my recruiter took me up in a full breakout, and then I went into MEPS to get my medical evaluation done, and they seen that and the medically automatic permanent medical disqualification. So I went in line for every branch of the military. And then finally I was in line for the Navy after being denied every other branch. And my Marine Corps recruiter walks by. He's like, Carpenter, what the hell are you doing right now? I'm like, this is my last hope. Hopefully they take me. He's like, get in my office. So we sat down, pulled out this big old thick book, went through it. He's like, all right, you're going to go to your dermatologist, get a waiver letter. Then you're going to go to your congressman, which was Ralph Regula. That was in my area at the time. And then you're going to have them both write a waiver letter and MEPS will let you in. So I finally got through that. And then the end of 2004, which was December 31st, I signed in, swore in, and finally enlisted. And then February of 2005, I left for boot camp. And of course, got to fulfill my dream again because I had to go work a factory job while I was fighting the disqualification trying to get in, which is where most of my speaking comes from. Is if you want it that bad, you got to fight for it that bad to get it, which is what happened with me. So I got into boot camp, 3 months of Marine Corps boot camp, and then 1 month of combat training, and then 1 month of MOS school. Then I came out, checked into my unit, and they're like, what do you think of going to Iraq right now? And I was like, well, sir, I wanted to say, well, sir, I didn't go through all this intense training to go grocery shopping with my grandma. Like, I want to go to combat. This is what I joined for. And he's like, good to go. You are shipping out in 2 months to go to Mojave Viper, which is a few month follow-up before Iraq, and then shipped to Iraq and stuff. So in 2005, I was already shipped out, ready to go to Iraq. And 2006, beginning of 2006, we landed in Iraq, and of course the whole war, firefight this, firefight that, bomb this, bomb that, sniper this, sniper that, goes on. And I hit my second roadside bomb on June 6, 2006, which is kind of what my tattoo is about right there.
Wow.
It's my Purple Heart and the date that it happened. And it put me in a medically induced coma for 2.5 weeks.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You've become a bodybuilder. So has that tattoo gotten bigger with your arm?
Yes, it did. So when I first got this one, I was still pretty small, but they said it grows with you. And all my tattoos I got when I wasn't as big as I am now, except the one on my forearm. This is everything in my book. But that they said it just stretches with you. And I used to have a barbed wire. The guys at my first mixed martial arts gym used to make fun of me because I used to have a half a barbed wire around my right arm that I got in high school being the cool kid. And they were like, "Oh yeah, no, it's funny. The barbed wire's cover. I got a cover up tattoo on it." He's like,
Wow.
"What's funny was the tattoo used to go all the way around. That's how much weight I gained just joking around." And it's been my joke since. Like, yeah, I got a barbed wire. It used to go all the way around my arm, but I've gotten so big, it only goes halfway now. And so so that all that went on. Went to Iraq, bombed, 2.5 week coma, and then they nicked me for a trachea. I'm not sure if you can see my neck. I got a scar right there on my neck. They nicked my carotid artery in my trachea, and I started bleeding out. Of course, pretty much slit my throat. And shooting blood out. And in my coma, they had a 6-unit blood transfusion, which the body only holds 12 to 14, depending on your body style. Smaller people, 12 units, bigger people, 14 units. So I pretty much lost half the blood in my body. And then I had brain damage from an anoxic TBI, which is blood loss and oxygen loss. That's why I cut for a trach, obviously. So I got brain damage from that, brain injury from the concussion of the blast, shattered my back, 7 vertebrae, shattered my pelvis in 5 different areas, and shattered both ankles. I have drop foot on my left foot, which is I can't lift it, or I can't use my left foot at all. I have to wear an AFO, which I'm stubborn, don't like to wear it because I limp bad. And I have half the use of all leg muscles in my body, and my lower body, my legs, because of nerve damage from my back and pelvis shattering. Mm-hmm. So obviously I woke up and they projected that I was never going to walk again independently. And that's where I still got that voice in my head telling me I can't do something. And I just wanted to prove them wrong. So of course I pushed myself to the limit just to get up in a platform walker. And that's where my elbows in that picture I sent you, where I had my elbows on the little walker. And then I had the walker down there guide me. And it took me forever just to get up to that. But once I got up to that, dedicated. So I had to learn to walk, I had to learn to talk, I had to learn to live all over again with physical, occupational, and speech therapy, which, of course, with the brain damage, I was technically mentally retarded for a little bit there, and I had to slowly come back from it all.
Me
and then
too.
I got from your brain damage, brain injuries. Yes, they're very well with that too. And then, of course, didn't help me as well. With the 2.5 week medically induced coma, my brain function was inactive for that long. So when I woke up and it was active, it was pretty slow getting back to normal, which is pretty common for medically induced comas through time. So then, end of 2006, I finally got sent home. So I was 4 months full-time therapy, full-time hospital for 4 months. Then they sent me home for outpatient therapy. And then that was where the nightmare started. I'm in the middle of therapy. I'm in the middle of living at home, trying to adapt to civilian life. And I hated my life. I just hate it. My world was just crushed. I was the most athletic, everything. I was done. So I'm next thing you know, I'm in the bar every night. I'm drinking my life away. I'm smoking pack and a half, 2 packs of cigarettes a day. I'm living off fast food. I had no care in the world no more.
Yep.
I wanted to let go, give up, and let my destiny go with whatever happened. And then somehow ended up at a party for New Year's 2009, and I got in a wrestling match with a little state qualifier wrestler at a school next to me, and like I tapped him out just using dumb little Marine Corps martial arts moves and WWF moves I seen growing up. And I tapped him out, and everyone started freaking out on me, like, dude, you need to go to mixed MMA. And I'm like, what is MMA back then? And this is 2009, mind you. And they're like, oh, it's mixed martial arts. It's that cage fighting you see on TV, the UFC stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'll go check it out. And then I went and checked it out. And the guy knew of me because I was on Fox 8 News when I first hit the bomb in my coma. Fox 8 News did a big story on me, and then he knew of me. So of course I was greeted with open arms and respect and just like admiration pretty much. So that of course that was a first step of getting addicted to it, and then enjoyed the first practice, went home and was dead to the world, never felt that muscle soreness since boot camp again. And then next thing you know, that's all my life was about. Mixed martial arts this, mixed martial arts that. I did nothing but mixed martial arts. Then I found myself in the gym training people before MMA practice, doing fitness training. And then my little brother got into bodybuilding after high school. So I'd go in after fitness training and go to bodybuild with him. And then after bodybuilding, I'd go into MMA practice at night. So I'm working out all these hours, doing all this stuff, and just my physical abilities were going through the roof. And so then I got into bouncing and security. I told you I was at all the bars and clubs all the time, drinking my life away, and then became a bouncer at one of my favorite places and got to see that whole new outlook of the nightlife. And I got really hooked on that as well because everybody loved me. And it was just nice to see that.
Everybody loves you here on Facebook. You should see the nice things people are saying.
Oh, good. Hopefully none of my Marine Corps buddies are on there because, they're going to rip on me for looking like a tool bag or, they're going to, some of my Marine Corps buddies will rip on me a little bit. We just got to let that go and just laugh about it because it is kind of funny.
Yes.
I get ripped on by them.
So I hate to cut you short, but I have to keep these short, and the minute I get off here, I'm going to have you come back and tell a lot more and maybe do some motivational talk to people that might be on the fringe right now, on the edge. Okay. So I'd like to have you on within a week to come back, if you will. Yeah, because I have to keep it short. But what I'd like you to fast forward to, Bryan, please, I hate to interrupt you, but if you could fast forward to was it time that recovered you and your motivational stuff you do for right now? Would you do that? Okay, yes. So now I was 120 pounds when I woke up from my coma, never supposed to walk again. I am now 235. And of course, you can see I'm in really good shape. I can walk, talk, run, work out, and everything like no other because of my dedication and determination. And that is my main point of my motivational views or my purpose in life is to show people no matter what illness, what injury, what problem, anything you have in life that could be giving you a hard time, you got to set your mind to it and want it that bad to overcome it or beat it or get what you want in life, get a dream or anything. If you want it as bad, if you try as bad as you want it, you will eventually get there without giving up. Now, of course, it's taken me 14 years to get where I'm at now. So it doesn't come slow. It doesn't come fast and easy, but you want it that bad. Keep trying for it. You will eventually get it. And you do motivational speaking where?
I pretty much am an open book. I just pretty much, I do everything for free. I'm a mixed martial arts trainer for free, fitness trainer for free. I motivational speak for free. I just ask for donations if it's possible because I do a lot of traveling.
That's what I do. I do comedy for veterans on the West and East Coast. And, money isn't a part of it. I don't, money ruins to me. People don't get it.
It turns it into a job. And then when it turns into a job, it's not a hobby no more and it's not enjoyable. So whenever someone says, would you like to come speak? How much? I don't take money, but I will take a donation. If you guys, whatever it's worth to you, just throw me a donation. If it's worth 10 cents, so be it. If it's worth $3,000 and okay, whatever. I'm not going to complain. But yeah, I will not do nothing for money because I love doing this stuff.
Absolutely.
And of course, the government does take care of me. So financially, medically, I am very well taken care of, and I'm very smart about everything. So I am living healthy, and I'm loving life and everything that I do. And it's a dream. It's a dream come true right now.
How do people hire you or ask you to come and do motivational speaking? Just get a hold of you on Facebook, Instagram, and I don't know that they can message on TikTok, I suppose, but
yeah, you can message on TikTok, but that's kind of just like I do dad jokes left and right. And I do dog. I got a service dog, so I do videos with him too because he's a star on there. But yeah, you can message me on TikTok if you can find me on that. I already know my screen name. Instagram is bcarpenter6606. B for Bryan. And then, of course, Facebook, Bryan Carpenter, Bryan. And just contact me through that.
Who are you on TikTok?
TikTok? Oh, I can't remember my name on that.
That's okay.
I think it's bcarp or bcarp86 or something like that. It's not too big of a thing. I just do like dumb dad jokes just for laughs, and hearing the reactions of people make my day, make me keep doing it because it's hilarious.
If you find your handle on TikTok, will you send it to me? It'd be fun for me to watch you.
Oh, yes, most definitely. I'll do that once we're done with the show here.
Okay, and I'm going to be I have to get off, do a phone call, and do another interview right at 11 my time. So I hate to cut you. Of all people, I hate to cut you short. I hope you know that. My heart breaks.
No, that's totally fine.
I would go 5 hours with you, but I can't financially. So I will get off of the phone and schedule you for next week when my T-Mobile minutes start all over again.
Yes, okay, that's fine with me.
Okay, so I'll reschedule Bryan. Bryan, you're so amazing, and you're my hero. And we have a lot of your life is exactly like what I've gone through in my injury and my recovery, except you're doing motivational training. So thank you so much for everything you've done. You're a legend. You're somebody that I revere, and I will always hold you close to my heart. So we'll get back, and I want to hear a whole lot more than this after the 14th of the month.
Okay, you gave me goosebumps, so thank you for that. And
you gave me body goosies, as Jennifer Lopez would say. Body goosies. I was holding back the tears most of this interview. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. I'll be right back with you. Take care.
All right,
and thank you for coming on.
Everybody's talking